There still is a tremendous need in our nonprofits and our community business organizations. And to help be that bridge between these two parts of our economy, I am pleased to announce that we will be partnering with 501 Commons on an exciting new opportunity for our Eastside nonprofits. GiveBIG Eastside. Last year, over 1,600 participating nonprofits across Washington state were able to raise over $17.4 million, including $5.5 million in matching funds through the GiveBIG program. And we are extremely excited to be able to amplify the resources, the training opportunities, and outreach for our nonprofits across East King County. So I'd like to welcome our next speaker, Nancy Long, Executive Director of 501 Commons, to talk about this new opportunity to support the businesses and nonprofits in our community.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you, everyone. Happy to be with you here today. 501 Commons is very excited to partner with OneEastside to create a focus on GiveBIG Eastside this year. And a little bit about us to give you some background, and then we'll talk about what lies ahead of us with GiveBIG this May 3rd and 4th this year. 501 Commons is a nonprofit organization that provides nonprofits with management and technology expertise. That includes back office support and IT, HR, and finance, free advisory services, coaching, learning, leadership development opportunities, and a lot of other capacity building programs for nonprofits of all sizes and all types. We've been in Washington State for more than 30 years, and we serve about 2,000 nonprofits each year, most of them in the Pacific Northwest, but also across the country. I think you probably all know that nonprofits are really critical to the success of any community. And the information that we just heard, I think, is a kind of a sobering reminder that many nonprofits, especially those in the arts and culture sector, were on the really short end of the stick in terms of recovery from the pandemic, are still dealing with recovery in some ways. But even those organizations that had economic gains often had huge increases in demand that went along with the economic gains. And many organizations had to pivot to provide very different services in order to serve what the community needs were during the last couple of years. Nonprofits really improve our community life. They make families healthier. They help young people find their place in the world. And they tackle our toughest problems. That's what we do with things that are really hard to do. We give that to the nonprofit sector to handle. Our services really strengthen nonprofits and provide affordable access so that they can afford to have expertise that they couldn't generally have on their staff. And our intent is to amplify their impact so that all communities and people flourish, and that includes the communities on the East Side. So turning to GiveBIG and what the opportunity is there, and we're so excited to be able to work with OneEastside to try to build this opportunity into real gains for communities on the East Side. We took over management of GiveBIG from the Seattle Foundation in 2019. Last year, the campaign raised $17.4 million, and that's online donations, matching funds, donations from donor advised funds and IRA accounts, employee match, and also in-kind media donations from our many media partners. As Christina mentioned, we have a lot of participation from Eastside community organizations, but we do want to increase that. And most important, we want the nearly 300 organizations that are participating to be able to raise more money. And with your help, we can do that. We can do what we did in 2022. We can do more than that. And I'm really hopeful that we'll see gains in the amount that those nonprofits are able to raise. One of the reasons why GiveBIG is so important to nonprofits is that 20% of the donations are from first-time donors. And because of the pandemic, you can imagine it's been very difficult for nonprofits to attract new donors. People aren't going for those, introduction coffees. They're not having tours of their offices. They're not, as able to make connections with new people in their community as they have in the past. So Give Big has become even more important because of the pandemic as a way for nonprofits, particularly smaller nonprofits, to raise money. These first time donors often visit the website to give to an organization they know and love. And then they start clicking around like we all do when we get on Amazon or other online shopping opportunities. And they find another nonprofit to fall in love with and another mission to care about, or two or three. And on average, most donors give to three organizations. So you can see how this is like yeast and bread. Suddenly we're bringing new people in as donors to new nonprofits. People are learning that you don't have to have huge assets to be a philanthropist. Everybody can be a person that can give and support their community. And what Give Big is about is not about big donations. It's about when we all give together, we give big. And so every donor with donations of any amount counts in the Give Big uh, universe. I know, Christina, that success of the Give Big campaign depends on increasing the number of people who hear about Give Big and are moved by people they trust to get involved. And that's why OneEastside's support and the support of Eastside businesses can really be that megaphone for the campaign. We can get the word out to a lot more people. People give because somebody they know is encouraging them to give, is guiding them, and making them feel like they have a role to play. And so all of us can help people have that feeling. For those of you who are have businesses in Eastside, you can get your employees and customers involved in supporting nonprofits serving the Eastside. And there's some really easy ways to do that that don't take a lot of time and don't have a lot of cost, don't have any cost in most cases associated with them. The easiest one is sign up to be a Give Big business champion. And you can do that just by emailing Greg at 501commons.org. The information is also available on the Give Big website, which is wagives.org. And in just a few minutes, you can create a page on that website that you can use to promote giving to your employees and customers, and kind of create your own mini Give Big campaign that you can promote and show that you're showing up for nonprofits on the East Side. If you want to match donations, we can make that really easy peasy for you to do an employee matching program. Or if you have a matching program, employees can record their match on the platform and activate it in that way. Your company can also gain recognition by being a Give Big sponsor or by sponsoring prizes during giving days. And those prizes, the cost for promoting prizes starts at only $250. So there's a very low level to get involved if you want to put some of your advertising or community giving assets into this campaign. Also, I want to encourage you individually to think about setting up a personal fundraising page for a cause that you care about, that's important to you, and use that to reach out to friends, family, and colleagues. And it's a great way for you to say, this is an organization I care about, that I know is doing important work in our community, and I'm a donor, and I'm asking you to join me as a donor. So that just takes a few minutes to do and can be a really fun and powerful way to leverage your relationships with friends, family, and colleagues, and even with customers and employees. So if any of you are intrigued by that and want to learn more, just get involved with Give Big by emailing Greg at 501commons.org. And with a very low investment of your time, we can get you set up to be a successful contributor. And we look forward to working with OneEastside to find other ways in which we can get you involved and promote this opportunity to invest in Eastside communities. So thank you, Christina.
Thank you, Nancy. And we are very excited to be a part of this great opportunity to support our community.